Hello? This? No. What better way to learn about North Korea than in North Korea? Whoa. What's up everybody, my name is Itzell, welcome to my channel, and for today's video I wanted to share with you just an overview of my experience at Yonsei University through the UCAP program. It's in South Korea, if you didn't know where Yonsei was. And I got this little cute, I got this little cute shirt to prove my credibility that I actually went to study abroad and I didn't just buy this off, you know, the internet. I have this. Alright, so certificate of completion. I hid my last name because privacy. Yes, you see, certificate of completion. There's a hair on it. Please don't mind that. I'm stressed and I shed a lot. It's from Yonsei. It has that seal, bro. It was there for the 2018 international summer school. Here's the official handbook. 2018 Yonsei International Summer School. There you go. It was only 6 weeks, but it was one of the best 6 weeks of my entire life. This is gonna be a overview of my entire experience. This is not gonna be any specifics. I plan to make more specific videos in the future. The more additional background is that I took biochemistry. I needed that as a required class in my major, so it was like, boom, let's get that. And then I also took North Korean foreign policy. What better way to learn about North Korea than in North Korea? No, not North Korea. Whoa, I did not go to North Korea. What better experience to learn about North Korea than in South Korea? Me answering questions from different categories of topics. Did you always know you wanted to study abroad? And the answer to that is yes. Ever since I was in high school, I put the pieces together that I can do two things at once, which was study, get my degree, and see the world. And I was always interested in venturing out to an Asian country. I personally speak English, obviously, duh, and Spanish, so I'm Mexican, and I wanted to have something completely different that I knew I wouldn't be able to get in my normal, day-to-day life. And I've always wanted to learn an Asian language, so in high school I learned, self-taught Korean, and from then I was like, okay, what's the next step for that? And Korea was it. It was I didn't know then, obviously, the nitty-gritty of like, what program or like how do I do it, but I knew for sure that I've always wanted to study. How did you pick your program? I picked my program through what was available to me at my university, because I wanted to make sure that I was getting the best deal, essentially. So I went through UCAP. I go to a UC, so UCAP was the way to do it, and they essentially had just a bunch of places to go through UCAP. I mean, I think they also had FLEEP, but that required a different type of financial attention, and yeah, I don't know, it wasn't as direct, and they had different types of programs, and Korea was one of them, and Yonsei was the one that was for Korea. We're going quick, let me take a sip. Which class was your favorite? Both of them. Again, I took biochemistry, which it scared me. I literally had like a mental breakdown, I think, in the first week. I think it was actually after the first class, I was like, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna take a biochemistry class in South Korea in 6 weeks? Like, how is that possible? But girl, she did it. It was like, again, it was the greatest experience because like the professor was so nice. He was so thorough and just so great at teaching that I was just like, dude, I get it. Like, why can't professors at my home university be like you? My North Korean policy professor, told us not only the historical facts of Korea as a whole, as a divided nation, then the influences around it. He told us about like the history specifically of the Kim family, and he told us personal stories about how he was the one who actually was the messenger for South Korea to learn about how Kim Jong-il died, or when he died. And it was like one of the most mind-blowing things ever. Like, I sat in front of the class and I looked at my friends who were sitting there with me, and we were just like, what? You can only imagine to learn these things like as beyond as a documentary or like in a book. And then he bought us coffee. He was just like, surprise, 2 students go to the cafe and bring the entire class coffees that I order for everyone. I was like, Professor Park, Professor Kim, I miss you, and I hope in the future to see you guys again. The best. They were the best. What was the weather like? This is very important information because you need to know what to pack. You can't be going to South Korea in the summer and bring just a butt ton of jeans and a butt ton of long sleeves and a butt ton of jackets. Like, I had another great opportunity 3 years ago, right in the summer of when I was entering college, that I got to go to Korea for missionary work. I got familiar with the weather, right? So it was really, really hot, really humid. So I had to strategically, not only pack clothing that were comfortable for me to wear in such a climate, but also I had to be very considerate of what kind of culture I was stepping into, because South Korea is very conservative. It is very conservative in the amount of shoulder you show, the amount of leg you show, the amount of just that kind of thing. So for traveling, how did you get around? So I actually had three main forms of transportation. And let me tell you, the cheapest one was walking. Walking everywhere was how I got really good cabs at the end, and I really sweated it out. I really did. I think I came back like I think I balanced it out. As much as I ate, I pretty much like walked it off. And even if I was gonna go like walking to the bus or walking to the subway, I walked everywhere. And let me tell you, when I got back to my dorm, I would have great sleeps because I was just so tired and so exhausted. But it really pushed me to be like, you know what? They live differently here, and they don't. A lot of people do have cars, but the main way to get around is public transportation. And with that being said, the way that you pay for public transportation is through a T-Money card. This is really cool because it's not just like boring transaction of like money, coin, how we do it here in America. They have a card and you have the ability to personalize that. So I decided to personalize my T-Money card with my favorite Shiny member, which was Taemin. And let me tell you, I had some fun times slamming his face against the the money receiver. It was payback for all the times he made me not really spend money on him and his group Shiny. So just like, what is one thing did you not expect that was actually true? That was a awkwardly worded question. So one thing that I think really came down crashing on me is the realization that Seoul is anticipating a lot of tourists. So a lot of people do know English. So my little excited, also kind of naive, I guess, self was just like, I'm gonna go to Korea, I'm gonna learn so much Korean, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna come back like, I'm not gonna be level 1 of TOPIK, I'm gonna be like level 6, like, I would speak Korean to the best of my ability, and they would actually, speak back to me in English, and it was like I'm trying to learn here. Thanks for making my transaction easier. I appreciated that. Another thing is that it was actually pretty hard to make Korean friends. A lot of the friends that I made while I was studying abroad were from the program. They were there to study abroad, and we were actually learning about each other's homes and each other's experiences. I got to meet people from all over the state of California. I got to meet people from all over the United States, and beyond that, I got to meet people from Germany, from Norway, from England. I was like, what? I did not expect this, but you know what? Here we are, sitting around a delicious KBBQ, and we're just talking and laughing, and it was one of those spontaneous moments that I remember I had to sit back and be like, wow, like I'm actually here, and I'm actually having this really cool moment with people I just kind of met like 10 minutes ago, and I'm having like the best time of my life. And that's one of the beauties of study abroad. That's why I encourage everyone and anyone to take the chance if they get to, if you can. I know like a lot of people, even if they're like in junior, and I know a lot of people that even are in like third year, fourth year, and your classes are becoming a little more like specific and rigid, and have to be kind of like hosted obviously at your host university. Like it becomes more and more difficult that, but like what if like post grad, like masters and stuff like that, like if you get the chance, do it. If you're watching my video and you're barely going into college and you're early on in your like your first or second year, take on the chance. Like, and with that being said, I think that is a great way to finish this video of me kind of just going over, touching base. What's this say? I don't know. Basically, getting started. I'm basically getting started in the conversation of like, my experience in study abroad. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, and again, leave a comment what kind of topics you want me to discuss for future videos. Again, just to summarize, I went to Yonsei University in South Korea through the UCAP program. If you have any questions about that, yeah, make sure you leave them. Make sure you subscribe, share this video to anyone who might be interested in study abroad. If you aren't, or girl, this is for anyone and everyone. Like, I hope you guys have a great day wherever you are. Stay safe, take care, bye.